Today at Petrochemical Strategies, and the winner will be. With less than 2 weeks left before the election, I can tell you how we can use energy and the environment to predict who will be the next president of the United States. It's the 21st day of October in the year 2020. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. It was about 15 years ago. I was at a flea market in North Carolina where I came across this gypsy. He was selling his wares, most of it junk, but I did see this box that intrigued me. It was really old. It was covered with purple fabric with a fancy gold pattern on it. When I opened it up, inside was a crystal ball. In fact, it was this crystal ball. When I was thinking about buying it, the gypsy looked me straight in the eyes and said, "Beware of knowing the future." I use the crystal ball from time to time to do things like forecasts at work or to pick stocks or Super Bowl winners. But I decided this time to use it to see if I could find out who would be the next president of the United States. The unfortunate thing is this only sees 2 weeks into the future, so I could see the day after the election, and at that point there was no clear-cut winner. So if I wanted to know today who is going to be the president 2 weeks from now, I couldn't use this crystal ball. So I developed a 6-point analysis based on each candidate's position on the environment and energy. With this analysis, I can tell you, guaranteed, who will be the next president of the United States. Come on, let me show you. The first criteria is policy. Trump is clearly about energy dominance. He supports fracking to produce fossil fuels, coal, and export of energy products. Biden, on the other hand, is about being carbon neutral. He supports renewable energy, electric vehicles, and policies around clean energy production. Whether or not you like their policies or not, they both have strong energy policies, and therefore both deserve a check mark. The second criteria is exploration. Trump views crude output as part of being energy dominant. His administration has approved the development of the ANWR region up here in northern Alaska. Biden, on the other hand, does not agree with developing ANWR, nor does he agree with fracking on federal lands. He does agree with fracking as an interim to cleaner energy solutions. When it comes to exploration, I give them both a check mark, with Trump having a slight advantage. The third criteria, pipelines. If you saw Let It Flow with Ted Cooper earlier this year, you probably already know that the Dakota Access Pipeline was shut down by a DC court due to environmental concerns. And you probably also know that the US Supreme Court blocked continued construction of the Keystone XL pipeline due to a permitting issue. It's clear Trump supports pipelines, and Biden has said that he's against the Keystone XL pipeline. After talking to Ted Cooper, it's clear to me that no one person, not even the president, can affect a pipeline because there's so many stakeholders. Therefore, I'm giving neither candidate an advantage on the pipeline topic. The fourth criteria is climate change. Climate change is not really an issue for the Trump administration, but it is for the Biden administration. Biden wants to get back into the Paris Climate Accord, something Trump said disadvantages the United States to the exclusive benefits of other countries. I know some people don't believe in the science, but I'm a scientist at heart. So a big check mark for Biden and a big X for Trump. The fifth criteria is foreign policy. Trump's approach to foreign leaders has sometimes been a little confusing. Biden, on the other hand, has a much more diplomatic approach. My only concern is about the Iran nuclear deal. If Biden negotiates again with Iran and Iran can get their oil production back up to 2018 levels, that could affect the balances coming out of the OPEC nations. Remember, they agreed to curtail production by about 6 million barrels per day. On this topic, on foreign policy, I have to say it's a toss-up between them, and I can't rate either one of the candidates. The final criteria is the clear deciding factor. Using this criteria, in a couple moments, you are going to know beyond a doubt, with a 100% certainty, who will be the next president of the United States. And the next president will be